Mysterious stories of extraterrestrial contact. If the truth were revealed, society as we know it might collapse. Secret messages from alien beings. If it wasn't our technology, and it certainly wasn't the Russians, then whose technology was it? Inexplicable events kept hidden from the public. Just because something is a cover-up doesn't mean you can't reach the truth. All around the planet we find evidence suggesting otherworldly visitors, yet governments continue to deny their existence. Most officials fear what they don't understand and resort to lies, lies, and more lies. Millions of people worldwide believe that extraterrestrials visited Earth in the distant past. What if it were true? Did ancient aliens really help shape our history? If so, what is the truth behind aliens and cover-ups? Omaha, Nebraska, Strategic Air Command, Offutt Air Force Base, October 1973. As Cold War tensions simmered between the United States and Russia, the world remained on edge. Suddenly, SAC radar detected an unidentified object, putting the base on high alert. Sergeant Ken Storch, part of the Strategic Air Command's top-secret Trident defense, recalls an alarm message. Alert, alert, alert. This is not a drill. 5 unidentified objects had been picked up over the Pacific Northwest. The Joint Chiefs of Staff initially suspected a Soviet first strike, ballistic missiles launched from a submarine. According to Storch, the unidentified objects crossed Canadian territory in less than 2 minutes, then changed course in ways that defied conventional physics. Could these have been extraterrestrial crafts? As some theorists suggest, these craft traveled into Soviet airspace. President Nixon reportedly phoned the Kremlin to confirm they were not American. Could both nations have realized these objects were not of this world? If so, why did they want to be seen? The next day, CIA and Air Force investigators blocked any publicity. Storch signed a security form pledging silence for 30 years. Is this incident just one of hundreds of UFO events known to governments, but kept secret? Might this be more evidence of a long history of extraterrestrials trying to contact and communicate with humanity? Los Angeles, California, February 25, 1942. In the early morning hours, something over Los Angeles triggered a frenzy. Anti-aircraft searchlights locked onto a mysterious object. Thousands of rounds were fired, yet it was unharmed, as if protected by a force field. The next day, no sign of the craft remained. Could it have been extraterrestrial? 5 years later, in July 1947, a UFO allegedly crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. Following this and other sightings, the public demanded answers, but the government responded by passing the National Security Act, which effectively allowed it to keep UFO-related information secret in the name of national security. Despite ongoing encounters, governments around the world denied alien contact. Many incidents, like the 1952 UFO sightings over Washington, D.C., were witnessed by countless people, detected on radar, and even pursued by fighter jets. Some believe these UFOs intentionally flew over the U.S. Capitol as if attempting open contact, yet official statements downplayed any extraterrestrial connection. In 1952, the Air Force created Project Blue Book to investigate UFOs, but skeptics argue it was more about hiding the truth than revealing it. Dr. J. Allen Hynek, a scientific advisor to Blue Book, later expressed disillusionment, suspecting a cover-up. If the U.S. and other governments knew extraterrestrials were real, why keep it secret? Perhaps they feared a threat to national security, or maybe they worried about public panic and religious upheaval. Some believe a small elite group controls this information, leaving the public in the dark. Luxor, Egypt, Karnak Temple Complex, circa 3200 BC. For 1,000 years, the Egyptian pharaohs were worshipped as supreme gods, until Pharaoh Akhenaten radically changed religious traditions, worshipping a single sun god named Aten. Some believe Akhenaten descended from the stars and had direct contact with extraterrestrials. He and his family were depicted with elongated heads and strange features. Was he in contact with alien beings who reshaped his beliefs? After Akhenaten's death, his radical changes were undone, and references to him and his god were erased. Could this be an ancient cover-up of extraterrestrial involvement in human affairs? Rome, Italy, February 17, 1600. Philosopher Giordano Bruno was burned at the stake for suggesting the Earth was not the center of the universe and that the cosmos teemed with life. He believed countless worlds were inhabited by intelligent beings. This idea threatened the Catholic Church's teachings that humans were at the center of creation. Bruno's fate suggests religious authorities suppressed knowledge of extraterrestrial life. His writings were condemned and his works banned. What if he had indeed received alien messages, and the Vatican destroyed evidence of it? Fatima, Portugal, 1917. 3 children claimed to receive messages from what Catholics believe was the Virgin Mary, witnessed by tens of thousands. But some accounts suggest a spinning silver disc in the sky, possibly a UFO. The children received 3 messages, yet the Church withheld the third for decades, fueling speculation it contained extraterrestrial revelations. Were the visions of Fatima just one of many events involving alien contact, disguised as religious miracles? The Vatican's secret archives. Guarded for centuries, these archives may contain evidence of alien visitations. The Vatican itself acknowledges no conflict in believing in extraterrestrial life, suggesting a softening stance. The Church even operates telescopes. Why? Some say it's preparing for eventual disclosure of alien contact. Rendlesham Forest, England, December 26, 1980. U.S. Air Force personnel at RAF Bentwaters encountered a triangular UFO in the forest. Sergeant James Peniston touched the craft, receiving a flood of binary code in his mind, which he later wrote down in his notebook. 30 years later, Peniston and John Burroughs returned to the forest, hoping to recall lost memories. Attempts to decode the binary message suggest a call for humanity's continuous advancement and coordinates off the coast of Ireland. Who were these mysterious visitors, and what was their message? Why the cover-ups and denials? Witnesses remain burdened by decades-old secrets, haunted by questions about who visited them and why. Around the world, from ancient Egypt to modern military bases, we find evidence pointing to extraterrestrial contact. Yet governments and religious institutions still deny it, perhaps fearing societal upheaval. As we continue to explore the mysteries of our past, we may inch closer to the day when these secrets are finally unveiled, when we learn the truth about aliens, cover-ups, and our own place in the universe.